Yeah, I'm recording now. Now we have to start over, okay?
Take
So
two.
take two with the what? Here we go.
Sound speeding.
June 21st, 9:48 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3.
What?
It was even better the third time.
Thanks.
It was.
Happy? Thanks for the bit. One German accent objection bit. I can't
Von
do
German
it.
accent objection?
Yes.
Prosecutor Von Karma? You mean
No, I heard it's his successor this time.
successor?
What's that weird name?
Manfred Von Karma was a really sinister man.
He
He
was.
tased me, remember?
Yeah, I do remember.
Zap zap.
Zap, zap, zappity zap.
He pulled all sorts of nasty tricks. Also, he could win.
He was a man obsessed with the word perfection, kind of like Japanese fruit.
So
You know?
true.
He had a.
See, I'll tie it back.
We all tied it back. He
But
had
that's not in the recorded bit.
no, it is. Though. Well, not the
Oh, it is?
podcasting beforehand, though.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
You had to be there, okay, you two people. You
Yeah,
had
show
to
up
be
on
there
time.
to get that joke. He had a perfect record for 40 long years. Who knows what sorts of dirty tricks he used to get each of those guilty verdicts? I mean, look at his face. And now his successor. I wonder what kind of person they will turn out to be.
They will be German.
Jip.
It's no good.
I think it's Pearly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pearly! You showed up. Thanks for coming all this way.
Was really worried about you.
It's so cute.
Did she just take the train?
I think so.
Hey, where's your mother? Didn't you two come together?
Mother's watching over the trainees.
Twinnies.
Wait, Pearl, you came by yourself?
How did you get here? I took an Uber.
She said they have training for 2
Anuba.
days straight with no break.
Oh my god.
Huh? Then you came by all by yourself?
Yep, I snuck out a man and followed a map.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Don't tell me you walked all the way here.
Of course not. I ran.
It's like a 2-hour drive. Well, yeah.
By train, by bullet train.
That's oh my! If it takes 2 hours by train, oh man, that's some training.
Really? What about the train?
A train in.
Oh my god.
I give up.
It's time, isn't it?
I'm really scared. What if Von Karma tries to do something to me, like tase me again?
Zap, 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 zap.
At least I know Mr. Edgeworth would be nicer to me than Von Karma.
Who, Mr. Where? Who's that?
He's Nick's boyfriend. I mean rival.
What?
Well, he's also a friend.
Objection.
I still remember him as though I'd seen him only yesterday.
Objection.
Every trial was a scorchingly fierce battle until the very end.
Objection, right?
It was always back and forth with them, but when you're rivals for life,
Maya, please don't mention that name ever again.
are
It's
you
a hard
still
breakup.
butthurt, Nick? Huh? But why, Nick?
I'm sorry, Maya. I forgot you don't know. He's gone. Yeah, he's not coming back.
What?
Hey, Mandrakin.
Wait a second. What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, is this one mine?
I think that's
Yeah.
yours. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Court will commence shortly. Please proceed into the courtroom.
Oh my, Mandrakin, thank you for the sub. Aw.
It's Fozzie Bear as the bailiff.
There you go.
Thank you, Mandrakin, for the sub. Let's go. Now's not the time to talk about that anyway. I don't want to talk or think about Edgeworth ever again.
Nick,
Ever.
We broke up.
don't be sad.
Broke up.
Here's some ice cream.
Aw, thank you for beginning your hello. 10 a.m. Time for court. Let's go.
Oh, we're back.
Time for card.
Yay.
Court is now in session for the trial of Maya Faye.
Again.
Are the prosecution and defense prepared? This old man is tired.
What is with this kid?
Mr. Wright, are you prepared?
Huh? Yeah, Your Honor. Why does he always seem mad at me?
Mr. Phoenix Wright. You must be a little shocked because I'm a woman, correct?
A woman.
A
Hold
woman?
on, so she's the famed successor to Prosecutor Von Karma?
I am Franziska von Karma, the prodigy.
I see.
I gave up a promising career in Germany and came to this country for one sole reason. Revenge.
Revenge? Is this about her father? Manfred Von Karma?
If something of personal nature, I'm sure you can.
Michael says, I'm not that familiar with Japanese pop culture, but is a prosecution Hatsune Miku?
Yes.
Oh,
I'm talking
Whoa.
whip. I have a whip.
A vip?
If you interrupt again, my whip will do the speaking for me.
Please speak with your mouth like a normal person. I beg of you. Now!
Make no mistake, I will defeat you.
Hey, Lucy.
Prepare to go down, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Secure Von Carter, your opening statement, please.
Those of Von Karma blood have only one fate, and that is perfection. The defendant Maya Fey will find no escape from her guilt on my watch.
Very well. What is the defense position?
Your Honor?
Does the defense wish to enter a plea of not guilty?
Yes. That sounds like a good idea.
Foolish fool who foolishly dreams of foolish dreams.
What?
10 minutes. I give the defense 10 minutes before it changes its plea. That's right. I'll have you running for the justified self-defense plea in no time.
Michael says, I hope she yells perfection instead of
Perfection.
objection. Instead of objection. Justified self-defense. A plea usually reserved for when a person unintentionally kills in defense of themselves. We could very easily make a solid case that it was self-defense, but... The defense stands by the plea of not guilty, Your Honor. Because the plea justified self-defense is to say you did kill someone.
How foolish.
Voices are wild.
If that's how you want to play, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I shall now call the first witness.
She's just as scary as her father. Like father, like daughter, I suppose.
Mhm.
Gumshoe. Witness, your name and occupation.
Yes, sir. My name is Dick Gumshoe. I'm a detective at the local precinct. Ah!
Vip.
I
Get to the point already.
just said what you told me to.
Explain to the court the details of this murder.
Yes, sir. If everyone would please look at this map.
Look at this.
It's fun.
Don't hit me. The channeling chamber has no windows and the door was locked shut. At the time of the murder, only the victim and the defendant were in the room. With the little V and the K there.
What were they doing in there?
Look at this photo map.
They were channeling a spirit, sir.
Channeling a spirit?
That's quite the look of disbelief there, Your Honor.
Anyway, a few minutes after the channeling started, gunshots were heard coming from inside the room, sir. A few of the witnesses broke the door down, indicated by the little green dots there,
Uh-huh.
and rushed into the room.
That's when they found the victim was already dead, correct? I believe this is one of the most open and shut cases I have ever presided over.
You always seem to think that, but it ain't.
So, how was the victim killed?
I was about to get to that.
Stop wasting my time, Zen.
Please don't hit me.
I make no promises. Gumshoe.
The direct cause of death was a pistol shot to the forehead, sir. The shot was fired from point-blank range. But before the victim was shot, sir, he was stabbed in the chest. The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. The murderer used the pistol to finish the victim off after the stabbing.
So the victim was stabbed before being shot.
This is the victim's autopsy report, sir.
The court accepts it into evidence, Mr. Wright. You may question the witness.
Should probably take a look at that autopsy report.
Yeah.
The direct cause of death was a pistol shot to the forehead, sir.
Where's my... Ah, there it is. Okay. Looking
Your
for
Honor,
the
you're not
buttons. I
saying
gotta
anything.
remember what the buttons are.
I'm just kind of standing here,
Well, that's...
thinking it over.
You just think that over. I gotta... Nobody let me read these things before the, you know... Oh, is there nothing
it's
else
just-
to read? It's just that, huh?
He's
After
just
being
going
stabbed
through
in
his
the chest.
papers. Should I
Yeah.
just stay here? He keeps picking up the folder and putting it down.
Okay,
I'm
hold it.
not sure. What?
The murder weapon, Detective Gumshoe. Whose pistol was it?
It was the victim's.
The victim. And why would he have...
Objection. Why would he have the pistol? Who cares? The point that you are missing is whose fingerprints are on that pistol. If you're not already paying attention to that, then I suggest you start.
Fingerprints? There were fingerprints.
Yeah, along with the victims. The defendant, Maya Faze, were also on the grip, sir.
Oh, yeah, that looks pretty bad.
No, the defendant's fingerprints were left on the murder weapon.
Ah, I walked right into her hands there.
The shot was fired from point-blank range.
Point blank, huh? So about how far away is that exactly?
It's anywhere between 12 to 20 inches away.
And how do you know he was shot at point blank?
Tisk, 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 Mr. Phoenix Wright. I grow tired of the foolish foolery of the foolish fools of this foolish country.
Excuse me?
Fool. Gunpowder burn.
Gunpowder burn.
When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole.
Gunpowder exploding is what makes a bullet fire, and that gets real hot, pal. And there were definitely some gunpowder burns left on the victim's forehead.
Wow, never knew that. Live and learn, I guess.
But before the victim was shot,
Hey, yeah,
sir,
hold
he
it a
was-
second. Yeah.
Yeah?
Stabbed. And what was he stabbed with?
A fruit knife.
No way!
What?
It all comes back around.
You thought we were talking about melon at the beginning for no reason, but here it is.
Here it is.
A fruit knife.
I see. And whose knife was it?
It looks like it belongs to the Fays, sir. They love their fruit.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Maya Faye's fingerprints are all over it.
All over it, huh?
Ugh, this does not look good.
Ha ha ha. What will you do now, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death.
Okay, so how severe was the wound?
If it had been half an inch more to the right, it would have hit the victim's heart. After a stab like that, it's impossible to fight back, let alone stand.
His testimony makes it sound like Maya had stabbed him with the intent to kill.
The murderer used the pistol to finish the victim off after...
Yeah, are you sure he was stabbed first, then shot?
Yup, sure as sure can be. One look at the wounds and you'd come to the same conclusion too, pal. You want to see? I got pictures.
I get... Yeah. Hang on.
Pictures, huh?
A fool is a fool who will only listen to the foolish opinions of other foolish fools.
Fool! I just wanted to say.
A pistol shot to the forehead at point blank is certainly enough to kill instantly. Does it matter then which was first? Think a little more before you open that big mouth of yours, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What a pain.
That's enough. We have clearly established how the victim was murdered.
I brought the 2 murder weapons with me today.
Very well, the court accepts it into evidence.
2 shots fired. Maya and Gray's fingerprints.
2 shots.
Yeah, 2 shots.
The date and time of death was June 19th at 3:15 p.m. Eyewitnesses claim to have heard 2 gunshots at this time.
And 2 murder weapons, both with the defendant's fingerprints on them. This does seem like an open and shut case.
Naturally.
This is going from bad to worse. As if the summary just now wasn't oversimplifying things to the extreme.
Your Honor, feel free to slam that little gavel of yours. After all, there is no room left for doubt, is there?
That is quite true, Mr. Wright.
Yes?
Even in the face of all of this, do you still wish to plead not guilty? It's the opinion of this court that if you do not adjust your plea, you stand to lose.
See, just as I promised, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You would change your plea in less than 10 minutes.
What will you do, Mr. Wright? Will you change to justify self-defense? Because now would be the time to do so. This is your final chance.
This is a huge decision. I better think this through all the way. I think we're pleading not guilty. We're not going to change our
Not
plea.
guilty.
Mario's not guilty.
He's not guilty. If we plead justified self-defense, we would basically be confessing to murder. After the trial, Maya's life would be ruined and she'd be labeled as a murderer.
Might as
Because
well just send
murder...
her to jail.
Yeah.
I can't let that happen. Your Honor.
Have you reached a conclusion, Mr. Wright?
The defense will not change its plea. We will accept nothing short of complete acquittal.
Mick. You have sealed your fate, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Detective!
I'm sorry, she's got a whip
Yeah.
out right now.
Yeah. Present the final portion of your testimony, the final strike.
Yes, sir.
No, see here. Proceedings are run by... Oh, yes, of course. Go ahead, detective, and give your testimony.
I think the court would like to hear about the other piece of incriminating evidence.
Oh boy.
Sorry, pal, but there's an even more incriminating piece of evidence. This is the costume the defendant was wearing at the time of the crime. As you can see, it's covered in blood.
There's a bullet hole in this.
Nobody saw
The,
that?
the defendant attacked and killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back.
Yeah, about that.
So this is the costume. There certainly is evidence of a back spray of blood on this.
This piece directly links Maya Fey to the crime, sir.
I see. This court accepts this into evidence. All right, Mr. Wright.
Maya's fingerprints on both murder weapons and blood splatters on her clothes. Could this situation get any worse?
Ha,
Yes.
what's wrong? You seem to be at a loss. I think this is the last piece of testimony the prosecution should have to offer. Feel free to sulk off with your tail between your legs, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Please stop calling me by my full name. It's disturbing.
Mr. Phoenix Wright,
No.
Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Okay. Sorry,
okay,
pal,
pal,
but,
yeah, we
the
all-
costume and, it's blood and it's,
Yeah,
no-
about
no
that. I
freaking-
think we know what we're doing, right? Like, we're gonna do this, correct?
Yes.
Or not. The defense clearly
Yeah.
reveals a contradiction in the statement, Your Honor?
Usually the music stops
Usually
when
the
he does
music
that.
stops when we get
Yeah.
that right.
Maybe you have to press a little.
Maybe I have to
more.
press a little. Yeah, no.
I don't know. Mr. Wright, please think the facts over
Yeah, I
before making
know.
accusations.
The music hasn't stopped.
Yeah, the defendant attacked.
Okay,
and,
about
you know,
that.
it's-
Hold it for a second. He wasn't fighting back. How do you know he was or wasn't?
We could find no evidence that the victim put up any sort of struggle, pal.
So did the murderer have a fight with the victim or not? Depending on this, the circumstances around this murder changes drastically.
We're in real trouble now. If only I had something to prove that the victim did fight back. That Von Karma. She thinks she can decide the verdict with this testimony alone. Well, I'll find a critical contradiction somehow, and then I'll have her.
Yeah. Okay, maybe press on the other ones.
Let's see. You want to press on the other ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, so why didn't you say so in your testimony earlier, that bit?
You're kind of scary today, you know, pal?
Well, you know what's at stake.
Come on now, Mr. Wright. There's no need for that kind of attitude in my court.
She's got a whip, sir.
All right, just please
I
stop
don't know
glaring
what
at me
you're
like that.
See, this is the costume.
Yeah, about that costume. Hold it for a second.
Yeah.
Maya's costume, you say?
Yeah, she was wearing this when we arrested her.
Maya. She's wearing her channeling costume today, too. Is she not allowed to wear anything else?
As you could see, blood everywhere.
Yeah, hold it. This blood on the costume.
Lab results show that it is the victim's blood.
Oh, I thought it was
Who
spaghetti
didn't see that
sauce.
coming?
So there is blood from the victim on the defendant's clothes.
Definitely not good. So, were there any other clues you could glean?
Whoa.
It's
that's
supposed to
weird.
glean
Meme.
from this piece of evidence?
Well,
Objection. If you must change the topic, then the good detective here must testify again. But too bad, not enough time. Let's move
Wait,
on.
why are you keeping the time?
Yes, Miss Von Karma is perfectly correct.
Now even the judge is on her side. And if I bite off more than I can chew here, what should I do? I think we
Let's
should press further, right? Why is
That
Miss
tends to
Von
be the right
Karma
answer.
suddenly putting up resistance? There must be a reason as to why she suddenly threw out an objection like that. There must be something about this costume. I wonder what it could be. I just have to look harder.
Miss Wright. Miss Von Karma's logic is perfect. There's no way for you to poke a hole in it.
Looks like my time is up. So about that costume.
There is one.
There is one little thing. Your
yeah,
Honor,
poke a hole.
actually, there's something very wrong with this piece of evidence.
What?
What are you talking about, pal?
Where's the problem you were talking about?
I've come this far, there's no turning back now. The problem I have with this piece of evidence is here. I'm gonna take my finger,
And poke it right through
and
the
I'm
hole.
gonna poke it. Right about there.
Yeah.
I asked the court to please take a look at the sleeve of this costume.
The sleeve? There's a tiny hole there.
A hole? But that wasn't in the report.
Hold on. What's this around the hole? It smells faintly of gunpowder.
Gunpowder? No one ever told me.
You were supposed to examine the evidence. You're the...
I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
The hole smells gunpowder. Yes, yes.
It looks like I found the hole I was looking for. Smack. Your Honor, the only logical conclusion you can make is that it must be a bullet hole.
It makes sense to me.
I suppose so.
Order, order, order. This is a very grave matter. It is best we correct the court record first before anything else.
Yay.
Yay. All right.
Sorry about that. I guess we messed up, sir.
Uh-oh.
Hmm. Huh?
She's gonna hit me.
She's gonna hit me. Is she actually smiling? What else is she hiding?
Pull yourself together, detective. That tiny hole doesn't change a thing. The strength of the evidence still holds. Continue with your testimony. That just now was a fluke. Nothing more.
Objection? Excuse me? How can you say something like that? This is a huge oversight.
Well, I agree. It is a mistake on the part of the police. What Prosecutor Von Karma has said is true. The evidence still stands.
Damn.
If you do not find more problem
Definitive.
with the evidence, then
No way.
Detective Gusher, please continue with your testimony.
Yes, sir. The defendant attacked and killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back.
Should we present the thing? He said this before. I want to save
Press
it.
him on it?
We pressed it
Press
last
them.
time, but we could press it again.
Now that we have the due evidence.
Maybe? He wasn't fighting back. How do you know if he wasn't? Was or wasn't?
We could find no evidence
Yeah,
that he put up any sort of struggle except for the bullet hole. I guess
Yeah.
we're gonna ignore.
Yeah, we already had this. It's the same.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if you go back into the court record, because there's a check button now, there might be something that comes up when you inspect the evidence.
Oops. Hang on. Yep. No.
Buttons.
There's
There's
check.
a check.
Well, we can look at it, but that's
Okay.
it.
So then
I
you
mean,
can probably
should we
present
just
it again.
Use it again this time? Yeah, the
There you go,
music
music
stopped.
Hooray!
Yeah. Detective Dick Gumshoe.
Yes. Having you call me by my full name is kind of a weird feeling.
Yeah, I know, right? You said that my client killed a person without a doubt, who without a doubt was not fighting back.
Yeah, I did.
Then what, may I ask, is the bullet hole you police overlook supposed to mean?
What does it mean?
I'll tell you what it means.
Oh, good, you
Yeah,
know.
it means that the victim had fired off a shot.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Is that what it means to not fight back?
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
You become detective. It seems you're correct. If the victim had tried to shoot the defendant, then it would change everything.
All right, the wind seems to be shifting.
Heh.
What was that? Are you finished yet? Laughed.
Are you finished yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
What?
Miss Von Karma?
It seems that Maya Fey was shot at by the victim. However, that is only grounds enough to support a justified self-defense plea.
That is correct.
But I'm sure you remember, Your Honor, that the defense clearly said they rejected justified self-defense and pleaded not guilty.
Now that you...
Why, that's right.
Which means the defense has yet to prove anything at all.
No.
Well, yes, that's true.
Take a bow. Furthermore, just the fact that there is a bullet hole in the costume is not enough to substantiate even a plea of justified self-defense.
Oh, how so?
Hey, why did I get hit?
Don't just stand there. Hurry up and tell the court what transpired that day.
It's
With the
bleeding.
new information we acquired added in, of course.
Huh? You mean by myself? You want me to put together the scenario all by myself? Okay. Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Okay, so during the channeling, the defendant saw her chance to stab the victim in the chest.
How do you know this?
And of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun, and the victim took a shot, but missed because they were too close. Yeah, he missed. And the defendant then picked up on the opening, took the victim's gun, and ended it. There. That's what happened.
What?
The scenario you have put together does make sense.
Yes, sir. Just pulled it out of my ass.
Pretty much.
Well, Mr. Wright?
On the surface, it does seem to make sense. However, I won't give up that easily.
Please refrain from glaring at me like that. I'm the judge. Now then, your cross-examination, please.
He's a judge, but he can get whipped by a 19-year-old.
Yeah. During the channeling, the defendant
Yeah,
saw
hold
her
it.
chance.
Hold it. Yeah, so there's quite a difference in height between Dr. Gray and the defendant, and in body strength, and it seems unlikely the defendant could have stabbed the victim.
Now that you mention it, yeah, I guess.
Objection. You think you can get away with such flimsy reasoning, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Maya Fey was in the middle of channeling, was she not? When channeling with the Korean channeling technique, the medium physically changes. With the nurse's build, the defendant could have easily been a match for the doctor.
I don't believe it. She even studied up on the Korean channeling technique.
Dang.
Whip. Like I said before, I am perfect.
But your logic is false, Francisca.
Yeah.
About what we were talking about, I didn't quite get it. Never mind, let's continue with the testimony before I get whipped.
Of course, the victim used the last of
Okay,
his
hold
strength
it.
to-
Hold it.
the-
So he
the-
was stabbed, but the stab wound didn't kill him.
But if you think about the blood loss, he was probably hurt pretty bad.
How badly hurt would you say he was?
Actually, I went to give blood the other day,
Uh-huh.
and afterward I felt a little lightheaded and dizzy.
Uh-huh.
I guess the damage was maybe about 10 times the dizziness. I'm sorry. While the two were
Yeah.
fighting, the victim.
Okay, hold it a second. Where in the world did that pistol come from?
It looks like the victim, Dr. Gray, had specifically bought it for that day.
But a handgun?
He got it off the black market about 2 days before the murder, which
Why-
isn't suspicious at all.
Yeah, why did Dr. Gray bring a gun? Was he taking precautions against something?
The victim took a shot, but because
Okay,
they were
hold
too
it for a
close-
second. So you're saying that the bullet hole in the costume was made then?
Sorry, pal, but yeah, that's what I think. The two of them were already fighting when a shot was fired.
Naya, I'm really glad you weren't hurt.
The defendant then picked up on the opening, took
Okay,
the
hold
victim's...
it. Maya has never fired a gun before in her life.
The victim had already taken off the safety. With the safety off, even an amateur like you can fire it just by pulling the trigger.
Even me, I wonder.
Now do you understand? Avant Karma's logic is perfect.
His testimony certainly makes us look very bad. There's got to be a contradiction in there somewhere. Uncovering it is going to uncover the truth. I can feel it. Okay, so what do we got to work with here? I don't know.
Did we look at the autopsy report?
I don't. This is it. We can't do anything further.
I don't really understand the her entire argument is that if Maya's channeling, she's physically different and capable of it, right? So doesn't that in itself prove that it was not Maya because she was channeling, therefore she was the ghost?
Yeah,
Like,
but
Wait,
I
what
think
about that, go back one? No, other way.
Other way?
Yeah, that. There's a bullet hole in there. Did we already
Yeah.
check that?
About 8 inches off the
I don't know what we can do with it.
Well, doesn't that
Yeah, I
prove
don't-
it's been fired more than twice?
I mean, that could have been the whole
Yeah.
resulting from shooting through the clothes.
Yeah, but it would have
Yeah.
been at the height of her sleeve, though, no? Unless, like,
They were on the floor. They were like kneeling.
huh?
I don't know.
I don't
if
know.
this has been
I mean, there are
brought
no
into
seats
the-
in there. It's just the load
Right.
table, so they always
Yeah.
are.
Right.
Are we supposed to present the green jewel?
I don't think
Find
he's.
his secrets?
I don't think-
secrets.
I don't think Gumshoe's hiding anything.
Wait, can you go through the thingy again? Can I just like read everything?
Yeah,
for a
yeah.
second?
So,
Jane
victim saw a
challenged
chance,
the
stabbed the
defense
victim in the chest. Victim used the last of his
Victim
strength to
used
fight her
the last of
back.
his strength.
Two were fighting. The victim took out his gun.
Uh-huh.
The victim took a
Charlie was
shot.
in front of
They
the
were-
screen.
They were too
not
close.
behind it.
He missed.
Unless he stood up and
Took the
shot
victim.
by the shot.
Unless he, well, if he stood up and shot down in a downward trajectory, then it would have gone through the screen, maybe like that. I don't know.
I wish we had been able to get behind the screen because I don't.
Can we check the map?
Let's see. There's a Fey Manor map, and then there's a channeling. Oh
That map,
shit!
yeah.
I did not mean to push that button.
No,
Sorry.
that didn't
Ah,
count.
yeah, that was the wrong
It doesn't
button.
count.
Sorry,
How
Joe.
Sorry.
How could you press the button?
Sorry, Judge. I
Sorry.
pushed the wrong button.
Wrong
What are you
button,
talking
Judge.
about?
I don't know what he's talking about.
Are we in a video game?
Yeah. Let's see here. Check is A.
Yes.
I mean, that's all it looks like.
So that's just the yeah. The screen's back there.
Right. And then we have this one. That's just the.
Yeah.
I don't think that.
Huh.
Are there people? Can the people help?
I don't think so. I
Go
mean,
to
it has
the
to. It has to
profiles?
be something that's going on in this room, right?
I mean, like if any of these, like,
I don't think so.
not practice.
I don't think so. I think the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. Channeling the defendant saw a chance to stab the victim in the chest. Two were fighting. The victim took out his gun. So he had already been stabbed at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The victim took a shot, but because they were too
Because they were
close,
too
he
close,
missed. The defendant picked up the opening, took the victim's gun, and ended it. Hmm.
And we've pressed all of these.
Yeah. I'm gonna go through it again, but with the difference in height, body strength, right? But then she was channeling.
She's channeling, and with the nurse's build, they could have fought back, I guess. Victim was allowed to strength fight
What-
back.
Hmm. Is there anything in the autopsy report?
Stabbed
Stabbed
and
and
Wait,
shot
it says
point-
point blank range.
Well, that was the
Oh,
gun
at point
shot.
blank.
Gunpowder
Yeah.
residue around the bullet hole.
Yeah,
no-
that seems pretty straightforward.
But wouldn't there be gunpowder residue around the other bullet hole? I
There is
mean,
gunpowder resin around
There
the
is
other bullet
gunpowder
Oh, there
on the
is.
clothes.
Yeah, on
okay.
the clothes.
Murder
Wait, it
weapon,
says 2 shots.
It does say
Yep.
2 shots, yeah.
and then
What
the
does the
knife.
say?
The knife, it says it has Maya's fingerprints on it.
Wait, how did he die again?
He was
He
stabbed
died
first,
from
but
the
he
gunshot.
died from the gunshot.
Shot in the
Yeah.
head.
Okay.
There's Maya's and Grace's prints. Okay, that makes sense.
Hmm.
Does it
Let's just
have...
present our badge.
Does on the map it doesn't have like the killer and the victim?
No, it doesn't.
mark,
Nope.
Right? Crap. Okay.
He was stabbed, but stab wound didn't kill him. But the blood loss would have been pretty bad.
Okay. Yeah.
Victim took out his
Took out
gun.
his gun.
Where did it come from? He bought it 2 days
And,
before. Why did he bring a gun? Took a shot
took a
because they were
shot.
too close. He missed. The bullet hole in the costume was made then.
I think we were already fighting when a shot was fired.
Took the victim's gun and ended it.
The victim took a shot. They were too close. He missed.
I feel
Wait,
like
what?
it's. I mean, it doesn't make sense, but I don't know what to present.
Wait, go
Mhm.
back one. Go back. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. Next one.
Is this?
The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. Next one.
The defendant then
Defendant
picked,
then picked an opening.
took the victim's gun and ended it. I mean, I feel like. I don't know, because they were too
Doesn't the
close.
testimony
Too close.
imply that 3 shots were fired and not 2?
No, it doesn't. It says 2 shots were fired. But the
Yeah.
evidence
think it has something to do with
implies
the hole.
that 3 shots are fired.
Yeah, no, the testimony is what I'm asking if it implies that
No.
3 shots are fired, but the pistol says that 2 shots were fired.
Yeah.
I think the hole in the thingy is definitely related, but I don't know how to bring it up because, like,
Hey!
oh, what the fuck?
Well, I just thought it was weird. Why would he miss if they were too close? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Missing the tiny hole on this costume will be the prosecution's undoing.
Eh? What do you mean?
This little hole has actually created a huge hole in your testimony. We're just figuring it out now as we go
You're just
along.
faking
Clean
it.
yourself, Mr. Wright.
You said the 2 of them were fighting when the victim fired his gun at point blank. If that were true, then where is the gunpowder burn on the costume? That's what I was
Oh,
saying.
so
There's
there
no
wasn't?
I
gunpowder.
thought they said there was.
Gunpowder burn.
They said there was gunpowder on it.
This is
I
what you
know.
testified earlier. When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole.
Oh, okay, so they were saying there was like gunpowder residue, but there was no gunpowder
No
burn
burn.
area.
Burn. But there's not a
Okay.
single trace of a gunpowder burn on this costume. That's really
okay, we get it.
technical.
We were
Yeah,
confused,
yeah,
but we
we're
got it.
totally confused.
That's a very good point. I had to think for a minute. And what exactly does this mean?
It means that when the shot was fired, they were standing apart from each other.
Objection. I'm disappointed, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You think you can punch a hole in my logic with that? With wishy-washy thinking like that, anyone can explain anything away.
Then I implore you to disprove my line of thinking.
Let's see. In the middle of their fight, the victim pushed the defendant away. And it was then, when they were separated, that he fired. How's that?
Objection. Mm-mm. As if that was even possible. According to the testimony, the wound from the stabbing was very severe. The victim would not have had the strength to push the defendant very far after that.
Well, then, that's right. The defendant must have pushed the victim away. After stabbing him, she must have put some space between the doctor and herself. And then, while she was preparing to strike again, the doctor took his shot. There. That should satisfy even you.
That does make an awful lot of sense. What do you
No,
think,
it does
Mr.
not.
Wright?
It does not. I
Whoever
must be
blind guesses
careful.
the best is the winner.
Yeah, I can't afford to make a mistake
Me
here.
making the narrative. It's like,
Concentrate
okay.
and think. Well, no, this obviously doesn't make sense.
No, none of this makes sense.
That is a fatal flaw. There is a fatal flaw in her argument, Your Honor.
Fatal?
Well, ow.
Very interesting. I would love to see where this flaw is. Show me something that contradicts my explanation.
There has to be a snag in her explanation somewhere. She put some distance between them before rushing to make the final blow. And when she was about to strike, the doctor took his shot. There must be a piece of evidence that contradicts this line of thinking.
The
It's gotta be the-
autopsy?
The folding screen, right?
Stabbed in chest and shot at point blank.
He was shot at point blank. There wasn't distance between them.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think it's a screen.
you think it's the screen?
Mm,
I don't know if it. I mean, I don't think we're to this yet.
yeah, I don't think we're
Maybe
there
not.
yet.
So it might be the top.
It might
Do a
be.
safety save.
Yeah, I should. You're right. There must. Let's see here. So, can I safety save? I can't safety save here.
Oh,
It's trapped in the menu.
Okay. You're
Trapped in the menu.
No.
Okay, so she pushed him, is what they're saying,
Yeah, and then she got some
and
distance before
he shot
giving
at
the final
her.
blow.
But she had to finish it close to him because there was burn on him.
Yeah, there was burn on him.
Can
They're
we
saying
try
it
the
was shot point
try the
blank.
autopsy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we've used it yet.
Take that. Take a look at this.
The music stopped.
Probably wrong.
Why are you showing this to me, pal?
Prosecutor Von Karma's explanation in this piece of evidence.
Do not contradict.
Huh?
Fuck.
Well, I'm gonna save now, I guess.
Looks like you need to use your brain a little more, pal.
Gumshoe saying that to us is so
Wow, being lectured by
sad.
Gumshoe of all people is so embarrassing.
Come on, hurry up and get that thinking cap on.
Oh, I didn't get punished.
Oh yeah.
It has to be
good.
snagging her. She put some distance between them
Between them
before
before
rushing to
Rushing
make
to make the
final
final
blow. And when she
Put
was
some
about
distance.
to strike, the doctor took his shot. Well,
Wait,
no,
that-
but that doesn't make sense. Is it because
She was-
she's got the blood all over her? So there could be no distance, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do we present the
I
outfit
don't.
again?
Again? Maybe.
I guess we're not going to get punished, so we can just keep presenting things.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
True. It's either it could be also the gun because she has to get her hands on the gun at some point
Mhm.
Yeah.
because her fingerprints are on it, obviously. But I don't know. Is it this? Yeah, it's not this.
Take a look at this.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
that
no.
one.
Sorry. Okay, we're
Look
guessing.
at
We're gonna
this
guess our way through this.
evidence.
Try again, dum-dum.
I can
Sorry.
try again. Okay. This time is the one.
When she was about to strike,
The knife?
It may...
maybe. That's not it.
Nope. Not
Nope.
a knife.
Maybe it's the
Okay,
gun
this
after all.
time
But
for
I'm not
sure.
Maybe it is the gun.
Let's try.
It's not the gun either.
Damn.
Is it the floor plan? I don't know. Maybe
Hey,
you're
no,
right.
it's the
Maybe it
screen.
is this folding screen. Maybe it's all right.
Let's go.
This is the piece
Yeah.
of evidence that destroys your
It
logic.
does?
I guess it does.
What is that? A floating screen?
Yeah. I would like to point to the court's attention to the hole in the folding screen.
Eh.
It looks like you already know what I'm talking about. I don't.
Please, game, explain to us.
Who? Where? What? I am lost over here.
Right, your explanation, please.
I don't
Are
think he
these
knows.
two really that clueless? The bullet went. I am. The bullet went
Shut
through
up,
the
Phoenix.
defendant's sleeve first, then the folding screen. It passed that through at a height of approximately 8 inches off the ground, which means Michael needs sleep. Thank you for the gift subs.
Michael needs sleep. Gifts 10
Green.
or 5
Five.
subs.
5 subs. Wow. Thank you, Michael needs sleep. We're not doing very well today. Thank you for your encouragement.
Yeah, solved it on the first try.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Michael Deasley, for the gift subs.
That's the way I remember it.
Huh, it took 5 tries.
Don't watch the VOD.
Don't-
One sub for every try.
Yeah. When the shot was fired, Maya, I mean the defendant, was not getting ready to strike, but was actually squatting low to the ground.
Oh, I guess.
Order. This changed everything.
I don't know why you couldn't have pushed someone while kneeling.
While leaning,
but-
yeah. Please look at this
Yeah, that's
diagram of the
also
crime scene.
Not a great argument.
The
but
victim,
we'll
Dr.
take it.
Gray, was here when he fired the shot. And the bullet hit this folding screen. It hit a location about 8 inches off the ground.
Okay.
At this time, the defendant was in this area. Oh. Well, she was like over.
Here-ish?
Was she though?
Yeah.
Because the shot is over here.
Yeah.
I guess
But I mean,
she's
if they're
somewhere
doing the
between that
ritual,
shot and
wouldn't
him.
she be right in front of him
Yeah.
if they're doing the ritual?
If they're fighting.
She's
Like-
somewhere in that line between that connects those
Yeah.
two.
We're here.
I don't think we really have any way to say where on that line.
Somewhere around here. Uh
That's
oh.
for
Eh.
sure.
Judges.
No,
No.
uh-oh.
See, she can't be over there because the shot is over there.
No, not the
I think
line
she's just a
no,
little
the line
down from there.
going from the victim to the bullet hole.
Yeah,
That
draw a line from the victim to the bullet. She's somewhere on that path.
I said here, and you guys. Okay.
We all drank some stupid juice today.
I guess so.
Everybody in the courtroom drank some stupid juice.
I mean, I think she'd have to be closer over here.
Yeah.
She'd have to be like in the vicinity of this, right?
Bye.
I mean, well, she can't be close to him because there's no gunpowder burn.
So she can't be close to him, but she has to be on
Thanks
the
for
line
joining,
between
Natado.
the end of the bullet.
Yeah, she's
So maybe,
she's
like,
a
within
little bit
that
in front of the
that
tables.
square, that bottom
Yeah.
right square.
Here?
Not that,
Like,
not the little
follow-
table, the floor mat.
Here?
The floor mat.
Here.
So follow the trajectory line and
Yeah.
just go like
Like
maybe-
right around here?
Like right
Yeah,
in the middle of
that's
that
fine.
box. Like, that might be.
You want me to put it here?
that's-
Yeah, like there.
Try there. Maybe.
Somewhere around here.
Oh.
No. Maybe
Uh,
closer to the.
I
was
guess she
thinking
is way
closer to
back
the
there
little
by
she
the
ha-
table.
screen.
I think she has to be next to the folding screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
I mean, she wouldn't be. There's no room for you to be behind it, though. Just like.
I'm not
closer
saying
to that
behind it. I'm
little
just saying like closer
Like the
Somewhere
to
little
around
table.
there.
Yeah.
like
the
around
little
here.
table.
Okay.
She was standing here near the folding screen. Whoa, Mandrakin.
Wait a second. Whoa.
Wait a second.
Wait
Mandrakin,
a second.
thank you for gifting 5 more subs.
Mandrakin, thank you for gifting 5 subs
Thank you.
to the community.
Whoa, you guys. I appreciate your encouragement. We're having a rough one. Rough day in court. Thank you, Mandrakin, for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you, Michael Needs Sleep, for the 5 gifted subs. You guys don't have to do that, you know. I appreciate it. Thanks for your support.
Very kind of you, pals.
I know.
We know that the defendant was close to the ground based on the height of the bullet hole. But how can you gauge the distance from that?
Hey, Terwig.
Isn't it possible that the defendant was standing much closer to the victim?
That's impossible.
But why?
We went over this. You, of all people, should know the answer to that question, Ms. Von Karma. If she were shot from somewhere closer, there would be gunpowder burns present. However, there is nothing of the sort around the bullet hole of this costume.
Gasp. Ah! Curse you, Mr. Phoenix, Wright? You.
I believe it has now been proven that the defendant was standing away from the victim when she was shot at. But do you think this has changed the defendant's this situation?
Oh, it changes absolutely
Yeah.
everything. Honestly, Your Honor, this changes everything, because I need it to. The prosecution has claimed that the defendant was aiming to kill by stabbing. If that were true, delivering the final strike with the knife would be ideal. However, where and what was the defendant doing at the time?
Squatting all the way by the folding screen?
Mm-hmm.
Doing like
Exactly.
full screen.
She was squatting. If Maya Fey was the real murderer,
She would not be squatting.
why would she be by the folding screen instead of preparing to strike?
Doing squats.
Gotta get them leg gains.
I'm in a squat contest.
Upon further consideration, it does make very little sense.
Yeah, I figured there had to be a reason.
It was leg day, that's right. Figuring things out and proving the logic behind everything is your job.
Oh,
All right.
Damn gumshoe.
With this, the rest of the trial should be in the
No, no, no. I'm
blast
wagging my
radius of
finger.
disaster.
You are such a smart man, Mr. Phoenix Wright. To think that you've been able to take a completely hopeless case to this point. Now I know why Papa had a tough time
Papa.
with you. You amuse me.
Of all the things to inherit, why did it have to be the smarmy smile?
Detective, How dare you damage my perfect logic? It wasn't perfect, Francisca. Oh my god.
How
if it
is
was
it?
perfect, we couldn't have damaged it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can start repairing your standing by first removing that 3-strand goatee.
Oh.
Oh, and rest assured your punishment will come later.
But punishment?
Well then, Your Honor, I think I've had all I can take of this detective's face. I think it's time to call in the next witness.
Next witness. That's got to be Lotta.
Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess.
Dang.
After we reconvene, we will hear from the next witness.
Let's hope it goes better than this one.
I do
don't
feel
know, he
like we tend to
explained it.
struggle when Gumshoe is the witness for some reason.
Yeah.
It's because,
I think we had
like,
that problem last time.
there's some parts of this game which I hate that are like, they're so confusing, the logic that they're trying
Some
to
of
put
this was a
across that
little-
you don't
that-
know what the game is asking you to
you
defend.
don't know what it
Yeah.
wants from you, even though you know the answer. You just
Yeah.
have to
Exactly.
pick the right thing.
Yeah,
it's-
you have to
Because
get
even
the
once-
right path, and you don't know it. Is the
Because once
Mhm.
they explain it, even it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
yeah.
That was a close one.
the fact that it always has to be in the same order that they want to is just.
Exactly, yeah. I know you were giving it all your all to defend me, but even I was confused during that
Yeah.
court case.
I really...
And I was there.
I could feel the death penalty hanging in the air.
I felt like I was pretty close to dying myself.
But you were wonderful out there.
What's a
You
murder?
listened carefully and made theories and tricked everyone into believing you.
I really tricked them. Wait, tricked?
That must be the lawyer's secret technique.
By the way, is the next witness who I think it is?
Thank you for the hype chest. Oh, I got a balloon dog.
Moosey Fate's right. This is a feature of mostly
Over
shonen
elaboration,
anime,
over explained.
where it's like over elaborated.
Mm,
Yeah, so.
right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a lot of heart.
Oh, guess there's no escaping her, huh? Remember, Nick, you promised you'd save me. If you lose, me and my sister's ghost will come after you and haunt you.
Too late.
Your sister? Are you talking about Mystic Mia?
Yeah, do you remember her, Pearly? My sister was a super good lawyer.
Now she's a ghost who solves mysteries.
Yeah. Just like in Scooby-Doo! She was also Nick's teacher.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And now we're back.
Oh boy. This is kind of a long court
Who's
day,
talking about
isn't it?
Scooby-Doo?
Court will reconvene now. The first order of... Ow!
I don't want to hear it, old man. After I call my witness, sit there quietly and watch like a good little boy.
Yes, sir.
Bring in the photographer who witnessed the channeling. I think Lotta didn't see Jack.
Yeah, she didn't see the channeling.
Witness your name and occupation, if you please.
Hey, Phoenix, how you doing?
Just fine.
Sorry about this. Didn't exactly have a choice, you know.
Name and occupation.
Declare what in tarnation? Hey, Judge, this here is violence against my fair self.
That's fine.
That's fine. That ain't fine. That's a whip. Yeah. Did it
There's no
again.
need for foolish outcries from foolishly foolish fools. Just hurry up and testify about what happened on the day of the murder.
I haven't even gotten to say my name and job yet. Oh, she is whip happy. The name's Lotta Hart, paranormal photographer, and I'm here to testify.
Testify.
No, let's all be one big happy family, okay?
With this one?
There's no such thing as happy family. Where I
Not
come
with the
from.
Von Karma in the mix.
No.
Absolutely not.
Only the doc and the defendant went into the channeling chamber. We were waiting outside the door, and then bang, we hear this gunshot. Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down, and we rushed into the room. Inside was the dead victim and the defendant waving a pistol around. Swear, other than those two, there was no one else in the room. The ghost?
And did you take a picture of the scene right after the murder took place?
Reckon course.
Excuse me?
Reckon course. It's short for you reckon? Of course I did.
Does it look like I care? Just hurry up and show your picture to the court.
Well, he
Moment of
asked.
truth. What will be in that picture?
Let's see here. Here's the picture.
It's my feet.
That's how a lot of heart makes extra cash.
It certainly seems that only the defendant and the victim were in that room.
Are you ready, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
It will clear all doubt about Maya through this. I will clear all doubt about Maya through this cross-examination. Just watch me.
Watch me
So
fly.
Watch me go.
Okay, so only the doc and the defendant went
Okay,
into
hold
channel.
it for a second. Was it really only those two that went in? We know this.
Objection. What are you blabbering about? He was there too, were you not?
You can't prove that?
Why don't you answer that yourself? Was it really just the two of them?
Yes, Dr. Ray and
He's
Maya
not
were the only
allowed
two
to,
that went
he's
into the room that I saw.
Lawyer.
Hold on, we can't have the defense testify against his own client.
Oh my god, for once the judge knows how law works.
Yeah.
Anyway, folks, only the two of them went into the channeling chamber, you hear?
But you know that from the very beginning, didn't you? Witness, continue.
Yeah, well, we were waiting outside the door, and then bang, we hear this gunshot.
One gunshot? Was it really a gunshot?
Objection. Are you insane? You must have heard it as well. Why don't you testify for the court, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Was it really a gunshot?
Yes, I think it was something that sounded like a gunshot.
And why were we listening to the defense testify?
And the world becomes just a little crueler.
It's so funny that this is the first time the judge has ever known the law.
Yeah.
I heard a gunshot a long time ago, so I know. And I tell you, that was a gunshot I heard. Now this is where the story heats up.
It's spicy.
And Mr.
Okay,
Lloyd there
yeah,
broke down the door.
I was pretty impressive, I must admit, when I busted down the door.
You're
like,
very dramatic. You're just
thanks,
charging.
so manly.
Oh,
Are we
bang
gonna
here.
contest this?
I
Um,
don't
Nah.
press the
know
last
if you have
statement
an
yet?
option to.
So let me get this straight. This Mr. Lawyer there broke down the door, huh? Must have been really awesome.
Honestly, Mr. Phoenix Wright, why don't you tell us what happened then?
Yes, Miss Von Carmine broke down the door, sorry. Why does this feel like an inquisition?
No need for apologizing. That was great. You're a real man.
Thank you, that's all I wanted, Your Honor.
Oh, really? That's something I would like to see.
The judge is
Wow.
smiling rather openly. I'll take that as a good sign.
And what did you see once you broke in?
Didn't think you had it in you, Skinny.
Yep.
Inside was the dead victim.
Hang on a second. Are you sure it was the defendant, Maya Fey?
Sure.
Lotta seems awful confident in her testimony.
That's hard.
Lotta, please, think back to that day one more time.
What you getting at?
Remember what you said when we broke into the room?
I was murdered.
Lotta, at a time like this?
Sounds like there's a perfect for snapping up shots. But anyway, what's going on here? This gal, is she Maya?
When you saw the murder at that time, you couldn't even tell if it was Maya Fey or not, am I correct?
Well, you see,
Yeah, she looks
Yeah,
kind
girl,
of
always
different.
She's right.
Yeah.
someone's going to testify.
Look at
that
this
it's not Maya.
photograph.
Order, Miss Hart, you are here to present accurate testimony.
Oops.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, good. This shifts things back to my side.
For a defense lawyer, your defense is terribly lacking, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Better than you.
Witness, think back to when those two entered the channeling chamber. I almost said the murder chamber.
The meta
Murder
room.
chamber.
The murder chamber.
Oh, that's what it turned
Oops, I
into.
meant channeling chamber.
When they entered?
One of those people that entered the chamber was Maya Fey, correct?
Who?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it was Maya that went in.
And then something went
Looks
into
like
Maya.
we've come to a collective conclusion.
Maybe we haven't.
The person in this picture is most certainly Maya Fey.
Is it though?
Exactly.
Why is she
Rats.
over there?
I'm
She
trapped
should be on
like
the
one
other side of the
again.
room.
It's kind of weird, the angle. Okay, hold
I
it for a
swear,
Yeah, I
other-
know. Are you absolutely certain of that? Like, totally sure?
I sure am, but that old witch chased us out of the room, so
Old witch. Does she mean Morgan Fay?
It means Pearly.
there was no one else in there, and you know it.
The channeling chamber was very dark, almost pitch black. Was there really no one else in there? What about
Behind the folding screen.
Yeah.
behind the folding screen? Did you check back there?
Rick Gibbon.
What? What in the?
What the
Rick
hootenanny?
Gibbon. You know, you reckon that's a given. Rick Gibbon. I took a good look around the room once. There ain't no way anyone was hanging out behind that folding screen.
If I may have a word with you, Miss Hart.
What? You got a problem?
Rick Gibbon, that's not a word. I mean, I am having a little difficulty understanding you.
Well,
You
Hey,
I'm
Marco.
bullshit,
Horn-toned.
just-
If you would stop saying such thing as Rick Gibbon, hey.
Now then, Mr. Phoenix Wright, do you see a problem with the testimony or don't you?
Just as I thought. There's nothing wrong with her testimony. I was with her, so I know she's telling the truth. Save the game, just in case.
We love saving.
It is infuriating that the person who acknowledges how
Enough.
channeling works.
It seems that there are no issue with Miss Hart's testimony.
At the time of the crime, only two people were in the channeling chamber, or the murder chamber.
The med-
The victim, Dr. Turner Gray, and the defendant, Maya Fey.
The face of the defendant cannot be verified in this picture. However, if we think about the circumstances, it would have to be the defendant.
What am I going to do if I just let this go?
Yeah, Judge, you didn't see the
What is
boobs.
it, Mr. Wright? You look as though you have something to say.
About boobs.
If I make one wrong move, I'm going to have the judge against me. Is there anything I can present that would prove it is not Maya in the photo?
Can we check the court record first?
No,
Well,
I have to
for
say
one-
yes. I mean, what
You
we
can just save.
it is Maya though is the problem. Like we know it's Maya.
It's Maya's body, but someone else is in it.
Yeah,
which
but
is
that's
like-
we don't have evidence of that.
I don't know that it's
But
even her.
Franziska has looked into the how. I don't know. This is annoying.
I have a different theory.
Okay.
I'm starting to remember this case slowly. but I
Well,
won't
Mr.
say.
Wright,
Nothing, Your Honor.
That's very smart of you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You really should give up trying to prove this is not Maya Fey.
I didn't say anything about giving up. I just don't have the right piece of evidence to prove my argument.
that's enough.
Is this it? Is this all I could do?
I think it's quite obvious the court that a verdict of not guilty is not possible.
I told you. Totally 100% impossible.
Ms. Von Karma, do you have any further questions for this witness?
Having established the defendant's guilt, further questioning won't be needed.
What about the defense? No further questions, I presume?
I couldn't protect Maya. The defense. The defense!
He's flashing back.
Phoenix. Phoenix, you can't make that kind of face. A lawyer is someone who smiles, no matter how bad it gets.
This is not a smiling kind of case, Mia.
You have to perform. You're a lawyer.
Oh
Guess I made
my.
it just in time. Wouldn't you say?
Oh, Pearly.
But pearls?
Her clothes are a bit small.
A bit.
Or Maya.
Anyway, what are you waiting for, Phoenix? Let's go.
But
Have we all seen
how?
this?
She's already taken away every advantage.
The advantage is still in your hand.
Is it?
Think carefully one more time about what you saw in the channeling chamber. Do you remember what you told me yesterday?
Dr. Gray.
I was murdered.
What?
Murder.
A lot at a time like this?
Sounds like this is perfect for snapping up shots. You see, there's one final piece to this puzzle.
Mia?
Question louder one more time, Phoenix. I don't know if she's doing it unconsciously or on purpose, but she's not testifying truthfully.
This girl always lies on the defending stand.
I think she
Right.
might just be that dumb.
No.
Yeah, she is that
honestly.
dumb.
The court would like to end this cross-examination period.
Hold it. Please wait, Your Honor. The defense would like to request that the witness testify one more time.
Overruled.
What?
I'm afraid you're too late, Mr. Wright. The cross-examination has already ended.
No.
Furthermore,
But
any
we didn't say
unrelated
we rested.
It's fine. I'll allow another testimony.
Yeah, she's got the whip, so she's in charge.
Avon Karma's case is perfect, absolutely flawless. And what better time than this for you to see that?
But, I mean, I have some place I must go after this.
Go to the
I got
bathroom.
plans.
All right, I'll allow it.
Poop in your diaper, Judge.
Phoenix, you owe me lunch. Just
Yeah,
hurry up
sure.
and give us another testimony.
Well, heck, what am I supposed to talk about?
Please tell us once more what happened when you burst into the channeling chamber.
Okay, you got it. See, you got through the judge somehow, right?
Well, actually, it was Von Karma's whip that got through to him.
Yeah.
So true.
So true. Witness testimony count part 2.
All right, let's try this again. When we broke into that room, all
Hang-
I could
hey,
focus on was Maya.
Leave. We probably have to stop here. Because there's no way we're going to finish this in like 10 minutes. We still got quite a bit of testimony to go.
Is it already 10?
It's really
No,
close.
it's 9:47.
So we got like 13 minutes left. I mean, we could go, but we're not going to be able to stop probably in a good spot otherwise. It's up to you guys. If we go over, it'll probably be like 20 minutes.
That's not much for me, but
That's up to you all. Thoughts?
I'm okay.
I'm fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Really? Okay, then let's
Yeah.
go.
We were talking about melons at the beginning.
Yeah, but that
Anything
was only a
goes.
few minutes, though.
Oh, now we got some melons in the courtroom.
So true.
When we broke into that room, all I could focus on was Maya and her big jugs. I mean,
Yeah,
So
those
true.
melons.
I was kind of scared of the dead body, so I didn't take a good look at it. I'm really bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff. But I still managed to point my camera at Maya and take a shot.
Nothing sounds different from before.
It
Hmm.
sounds very
Some
different.
parts of her testimony are very vague. I
said
should
you
press
took a
her on
good
those
look around.
sections.
Struggle all you like as you as you taste the bitterness of your defeat. Well, amuse me with your useless questions, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm waiting.
They shall be sweet as melons, just you watch.
Michael needs sleep is so right. It's like a Beetlejuice situation. If you say melons 3 times in 3 separate instances, Mia Fey appears.
We summoned her. Hold it.
Oh, Mia
So,
melons.
what did she look like? And describe the melons.
Yeah.
You know, she looked almost like a different person
Bigger somehow.
A good person.
in several ways bigger, yes.
She may have seemed like a different person, however, she was still Maya Fey.
Was she?
Incorrect.
We have already made that point abundantly clear.
Yes, that's true. Well then, Miss Hart, did you happen to see anything else?
What'd you see?
I was kind of scared.
Okay,
of
hold
dead
it.
bodies.
Then
What were you
perhaps
looking
that
at?
body was not Dr. Gray's at all. This is a terrible defense.
Oh god,
Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Yeah, I reckon that's possible.
Not possible.
Objection. If the body inside that room was not that of Dr. Gray, then whose body was it, Mr. Phoenix
It was
Wright?
your body, okay?
Yeah.
Well, what if it was that of Maya Fey after the channeling? Or maybe it was a
No,
ghost.
That's stupid.
Stupid.
Grubhub guy?
Foolish fool spouting foolish foolishness, just as I expect of a foolish fool such as you, fool.
Yeah.
If that was the case, then that would mean that Maya Fey is, in fact, dead.
Yes, we're going
Which
with
means you
that.
can't arrest her. Case closed.
And that would make the defendant's chair quite a lonely place, wouldn't it?
Sorry, Maya.
She's a ghost right now.
Are y'all done here? Can I continue?
Shut up, Lotta.
Okay,
I'm
hold
really
it.
bad
Yeah,
with-
hold it. And even knowing that, you still persist in being a paranormal photographer. You sure that's a good idea?
I did say that I was. Yeah, see, I'm getting out of the business. This gal's gonna get the dirt on the stars and be a tabloid photographer from now on.
Great.
She
I'm
goes through
paparazzi.
jobs faster than a baby through diapers. Ah!
Mr. Phoenix Wright. Would it kill you to stay on topic for a change?
What?
Well, would it, Mr. Wright?
Nice tag team in stereo. Guess I should be grateful it's not in 5.1.
Wow, that was so specific.
Ugh.
That was a deep cut.
Yeah.
Hold it. 2, right?
To what?
2 shots.
How
You-
smug he is.
Took 2 shots.
But only one has been submitted as evidence.
Why does this feel really familiar to another case that she was directly involved in?
Where
Miss
she did
Hart,
not
where's
disclose
the
all
other
photos.
picture you have been withholding?
Not a picture.
Did it again.
Another photograph?
No. You got it all wrong. It's not me. I didn't mean anything bad. I know I can be a little mean, but I ain't evil.
Well, at least she knows herself.
Then why have you not shown this other picture to the court yet?
Oh, well, because I'm a nincompoop. Ain't it obvious? That prosecutor woman told me to shut my trap about it.
Gas.
What? Von Karma! Oh, she's just like her dad.
Is that illegal? I don't even know.
It's illegal, right?
Ms. Montgomery, you're hiding critical evidence.
Unforgivable, Von Karma. Suppressing evidence like this? You're as bad as your father.
Confront.
We'll let the judge do it.
Ooh.
Maybe?
I don't know.
What should we do?
Mm.
Should we lay into her or let the judge do it? I don't know what's better.
I think the judge is too whipped.
Alright, confront. I smack my
Everyone's
desk.
whipped.
Your Honor, the defense asks that Prosecutor Von Karma be held in contempt of court.
Well, that's a little going strong, Phoenix.
Well, yeah, there.
Me in contempt of court? You can't be serious.
But you hid evidence from the court on purpose. That's
Obstruction.
that's not fair. Michael needs
There's
sleep.
a word for that, Phoenix.
There's a yeah.
This game.
Michael needs sleep. Thanks for gifting another sub. Whoa, 70
Whoa.
subs total.
That's a lot.
That's a lot, Michael.
He's gaining on you, Asala.
Another
There'll be
sub
more.
for the pun. Michael needs sleep says.
so true.
Aw, thank you, Michael needs sleep.
Phoenix, are you a lawyer or a school child?
I was so angry I lost my composure.
Yes. Yeah, too far.
Ms. Montgomery, would you care to explain yourself to the court?
I thought this picture was not important, and thus felt no need to submit it. That's all.
How could you think?
The pictures were more or less the same, so why bother with the second? I mean, it's just so much more trouble than it's worth for me to submit this as evidence.
More trouble than it's worth? How? How can you say that?
If you want to see it that badly, I'll submit it.
Mm-hmm. Photo 2.
Oh yeah, that was so much work.
Oh my god.
Melons!
Very different picture.
Melons!
That's clearly not her.
I mean, look at the face, it's different.
Yeah. Also, look at the melons.
Yeah. What is this picture?
It's obviously the second picture the witness took that day at the scene of the crime.
How do you say that photo's the same? How?
Well, it's a little off-center. There's a Dutch tilt. But that's what you get with the nervous amateur.
I think the important point here is the person in this picture. This is definitely not Maya Fey.
They're huge melons. That can't be Maya Fey.
Melons.
I like the melons.
What is the meaning of this?
This might be the break I was looking for. Now, should I or should I not insist that the person in the picture is not Maya Fey?
Insist it's not.
It's not Maya Fey!
Somebody.
Obviously, Your Honor, as you can plainly see, the person in this photograph is not Maya Fey.
Look at this
Look at this
Makes
photograph.
me laugh.
Yes, I see that.
Every time I look at it, it makes me
It's not just her face, but her whole body has taken a different appearance.
That's right.
We did
There is
cover that
only
already.
one conclusion that can be drawn then. That somehow this other person snuck in and traded places with the defendant.
Phoenix, you're just as dumb as
that
Lana.
seems probably, I think
Yeah,
that's
we'll go with
correct.
that.
Order, order, order. Well, yes, I believe you are correct, Mr. Wright.
Yep.
Person who was inside the channeling chamber was not Maya Fey.
Mia, we did it!
You're too soft.
Huh?
Oh my god.
You're softer than Aunt Morgan's strawberry desserts, Phoenix.
What?
Take a look at Prosecutor Montgomery's face.
Na 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 boo
She's
boo.
smiling.
I think you had better continue to worry, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Miss Von Karn, what do you mean by that?
Your Honor, I would like for you to take a look at this photograph. How did you get this picture?
Where were you hiding?
Yeah, where was this?
I was squatting
Behind my chair.
behind your chair.
How did I not notice?
This was taken yesterday at the detention center's visitors room. This is Mr. Phoenix Wright and the defendant, Maya Fey, during his visit.
Once again, not.
How did you get this photograph?
Maya Fey? But isn't this totally a different person?
One standing next to him
Different
right
person.
now?
She looks this way because she is obviously in the middle of channeling a spirit.
Yeah, therefore it's not her piloting.
Ghosts are real.
Unbelievable that she can.
Yet it is the truth.
Can we get Aunt Morgan in here? Like, Franziska knows how it works, but she's denying how it works.
Yeah. When Maya Fey is in that state, she physically changes into the person she's calling.
Does that
Okay,
make her
I think I got it.
guilty?
And she grows big
I'm
now.
not
Murder
sure.
victims are very powerful, and they take over. Miss Von Karma, a word, if I may.
Mia?
Taking pictures of someone during a private visit is illegal.
Yeah, that's a confidential meeting between a lawyer and his client.
Mm-hmm. That's protected. And surely you must know that picture can't be submitted as evidence.
Who are you? Obviously, I know this picture is illegal. But I never intended to submit it as evidence in the first place.
What
It's
Well,
is
just
saw it
mine for
now, so too
keeping.
late.
Yeah.
Now it's in the trash can. Over here, if you want to look at it. From the moment I showed this picture to the court, this case became all mine. After all, this image has now been forever burned into the judge's mind.
I'm sure it has.
Has it? Yeah. What? What?
I don't even...
Melon.
I don't have even a single witty line.
Well, looks like we've been had.
I don't claim to understand this, and I still cannot believe it.
But I'm keeping the picture.
Are you saying that this person is the defendant Maya Fey?
If I give up
No.
here, the trial will end. But if I slip up and say something wrong, it will cost me. Is there any way I can prove that the person in this picture is not Maya? No.
Yeah.
I think so.
It's no... we can't prove it's not Maya because it is Maya.
It's her body.
Yeah, but it's her body. It's no good. My argument doesn't hold any water.
I see your defense is staying silent on this one.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Your Honor.
And to think, I even gave you the chance to prove your point for free. But you couldn't even point yourself out in a lineup.
Yes. Well then, I believe we have reached a conclusion.
Uh-oh.
Phoenix,
Yes?
you can't give up. Please, for me. Take a look at the court record again and try to find some way out of this jam.
I'll give another shot.
The judge is about to close the trial. You can't let that happen.
It's come down to this. Your Honor, within this picture lies a critical contradiction to all the testimony up until now.
What is it now, Mr. Wright?
I know what it is.
Whom?
Got one last
Please,
chance.
please let me explain.
So you think you've spotted a problem with this picture?
Mm-hmm.
Then earn your keep. Why don't you point out exactly what is so strange?
Melons?
We do
I
know.
think it's that she's not wearing the necklace in the other.
There's no bullet hole.
There's no bullet hole in her
Yeah, there's no
sleeve.
bullet
Oh,
hole in
yeah,
the
the
sleeve.
bullet-
It's missing. Please direct your attention here.
To the sleeve?
Sorry, I need you to
Yeah,
look
no,
over
only
here to
so-
the right. To the right.
I'm
Where-
distracted.
They
But
only
there
did
isn't
one
anything
shot
odd
from
about it.
And that is exactly what is so odd. Something that should be there is suddenly missing.
Should be there.
There was a bullet hole in the sleeve of the defendant's costume. If that's the case, then it should be in this picture as well.
Oh, you do it fine. Just two shots,
I was busy looking at the melons.
distracting melons.
Miss Von Karma, you intended to hide this valuable piece of evidence? You will most certainly be assigned a penalty for this.
Alright, this should do some major damage to our argument.
Don't celebrate yet.
You like to bring down the mood, don't you?
Well, you're done, so I have to.
That's true.
Take a look at Miss Von Karma's face again.
She's got that condescending grin plastered all over her face again.
Francisca Von
Exactly.
Karma, she's so pretty. Tis. Jumping the gun again, I see, Your Honor. I would like to extend an apology on behalf of those incompetent fools.
What do you mean, and what incompetent fools?
You.
Those fools down at the precinct hadn't missed the bullet hole, I would have gotten a report about it. As I didn't, I could not have known that this picture was of any value to this case.
What?
She's a Von Karma. She finds a way out.
See.
That is so.
She's lying through her
Yeah.
teeth, I know it.
You have eyeballs, lady.
That woman knew about everything. The bullet hole, the picture, everything.
But you can't prove that. Francisca Von Karma's idea of a perfect case is quite fascinating, don't you think?
Your Honor, I need not worry. If you must assign a penalty, I'll personally make sure that detective gets what's coming.
Oh no!
I'm sure there will be a great gnashing of teeth at his next salary discussion.
Poor Gumshoe.
In any case, this is a very big problem. When the defendant was taken into custody, her costume had a bullet hole in the sleeve. However, from this photo, it appears that right after the shooting, there was none.
The judge is confused by this strange twist of events.
So am I.
This is your chance, Phoenix. Load all you've got into this one shot, alright?
Got it. Watch this, Maya. Your Honor, there is only one logical explanation for the contradiction.
The shooter is someone else.
Yep.
The defendant's sleeve had a bullet hole in it. However, this person's clearly does not. There can be only one explanation. The person who shot Dr. Gray was not the defendant, but a different person altogether.
What?
It's a ghost.
There was a ghost.
Order, order, order!
Want
If
some
order is not
melons?
restored, I will suspend this trial.
Ah!
Oh,
Everybody get the whip.
Wow, me.
The defense's argument is a complete mess.
It is a complete mess. I fail to see how. Please enlighten us.
Hey, witness.
Hey, witness.
Stop doing that. What the heck? Is that any way to ask a gal a favor?
Be quiet, you. You were the one who said it was only the two of them when you entered the room.
Well, you know.
If you were lying, I swear that my whip will see you. Will be the last thing you see.
Look, sis, you're looking mighty scared, so why don't we say you, What? I swear, I wasn't lying or nothing. There wasn't anyone else in there, honest.
You see, now riddle me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Oh boy.
Where did the defendant vanish to? And where did this other woman appear from?
Why is it lately all I want to do is cry?
Oh no.
I think you should say
Yeah,
this.
mood, buddy.
Well, if this person is in the picture not the defendant, then this poses two very big questions. First, where did the defendant vanish to? And second, where did the person come from?
This argument is nonsensical.
That's right. Now hurry up and answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Come on, you can't fall apart here, Phoenix, right?
I can't believe that even me is calling me by my full name.
His full
Yeah, you're in
government
trouble.
name.
Gosh. But I mean, how am I supposed to prove something like this?
Phoenix Norman Wright.
Had enough yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Or do
Mr.
you
Wright.
think you have enough in you to turn things around even now?
To turn things around. Turn
Turn
around.
around.
That's right. Mia would always turn things around and change her perspective.
Phoenix?
So, where did this intruder appear from? And where did Maya disappear to? I need to look at this situation from a different angle. Let's see. What if before we broke in, the third person was already in the room? And what if Maya had left that room somehow? If I could prove that either one of those conditions were true.
Mr. Wright, let's hear what you come up with.
I'm not sure what I've come up with.
Why did we not bring in the other girl? What's her name?
I don't know.
Itty
I
Minnie?
think-
Minnie?
I think that's for later. I think what happened before we forced our way into the channeling chamber is
I think a third person was there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Your Honor, I would like to present some evidence. I have proof that there was someone else in the room before the murder took place.
E?
The other key, the spare key.
Yeah.
Please take a good look at this. The music hasn't
Okay.
stopped.
Aw.
Ah, crap.
Is that not it?
Thank
I've
you.
already
Nope.
seen it.
And what is the purpose of this item?
Ah, crap.
Don't you
Okay.
see, Your Honor?
I don't think you actually see what you are doing.
No, I don't.
I think it is the court that you should be signing out yourself, Mr. Wright.
Ouch. That stung.
Okay.
Oh, it's offering to let you choose a different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
besides the
Or
third
change.
person.
Yeah. Okay. Let me present some evidence. This is my last opportunity. Proof that there was someone else in the room before the murder took place.
I don't know that we have evidence. Of
I don't
that.
know we
know
have
if-
evidence of
yeah.
that. Then we
I
I
have
thought it
we
would
to
have been the extra key.
Can
prove
you
that
open
this
the
person
map?
isn't Maya.
Did
I
either
feel
of
like
the
it's gotta be
photos?
Eni.
Oh, we didn't.
Yeah,
well,
maybe
hang
open
on.
the map.
You want to look at the map?
Yeah.
Look at this
Uh,
map.
I mean,
The only other way, if someone had already entered in before those two, they would
Yep.
probably
If
have to
they
hide the
were
screen, but
hiding-
we couldn't check the
yeah.
screen
Yeah,
from
hide
before
behind the
because the game
screen.
wouldn't let us.
yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like Eni was behind the screen.
She
but-
was-
yeah.
I think she was stowed away because she said she was dreaming about like being buried.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, Dragon
But she was
Kuro,
in-
thanks for the
She might have been
raid.
in the whole like magically appearing trunk is also
Yeah.
something that I didn't get looked into at all. Even though I wanted to, but the game doesn't like.
Yeah, we got the screen.
Is it in the room?
I mean,
Do
we're,
you see the trunk in the room?
No, we can't see
No.
the trunk anywhere. I guess we have to try to prove a different statement.
well, the other statement would be that we have to show that Maya left the room Is that what the spare key might
Well,
prove?
I don't think she.
That
Well,
might
it
be.
wasn't the spare
Yeah,
key though.
because Pearl had the key. I don't think there is a spare key. I think that's
There
the key.
isn't. It's
That
the
is
Oh,
the
is this the
key.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Welcome
that's
to
the key.
Kuro.
Pearl gave
Pearl
the
had
key
it
to
for some
Phoenix,
reason.
but she wasn't supposed to because her.
Oh, I thought she had
Mom.
another. Okay, so if we're saying that somebody snuck in before the channeling started,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we have to prove someone else
How
was
do we
in the
prove that?
room. Yeah.
I don't think we
How do we
can. I don't think
prove
we
that
have any evidence
he
to
was
do
in
that.
Maybe
there?
the answer is we don't have anything. Maybe that is the
But-
answer. But
Yeah, it might be we don't have anything. Let us go investigate more.
that could be.
I don't know. I'm the one who hasn't played this game. I don't know, guys.
Well, I haven't played this game since it came out, so
Might have to reload.
I think
I
we'd
don't
have
really
to reload.
understand what it wants from us ever.
Okay,
Mm-mm.
load. Okay. Something I can't yet explain, and therefore I need to investigate.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need another day of investigation.
I'm sorry, but I simply can't.
I think she was in there from the start because she knew nobody else could go in.
Mm.
You see?
Yeah.
And the reason is quite simple. Because there is no explanation. That's why.
As I thought, another big waste of my court's time.
Phoenix, you can't just give up like that.
But Mia,
Rethink things one more time. There has to be an explanation.
I'm already perfect, so of course my conclusions are also perfect.
all right, Phoenix, calm down. Let's try this one more time. What if
Okay.
before we broke in, the third person was already in the room?
That's
And
we're
what if
saying.
Maya had left? And what if Maya had left that room somehow?
Okay.
If I could
So you just
prove
have to
that
prove either of those.
either of those conditions were true.
So the key might apply to the other one that she left.
I think the game,
didn't
by
leave.
highlighting the red text of Maya leaving the room, that's what it's telling you the answer is. And I think
Wait, what?
Mia mentioning the key, like, during the investigation phase means that the key is related to this part of
So she had left the room.
Yeah.
Maya
so
had
she
left the
room.
channeling chamber at some point, and the defense can prove this.
Oh, how a foolish fool makes a foolish face while dreaming foolishly foolish dreams. Maya Fey was being looked after by her aunt, Morgan Fey. The chances of her leaving the crime scene is lower than that detective's salary.
Anyway, let's see some evidence.
It's like evidence based.
Proof that from the murder until the time of arrest and the defendant had left the room.
Can I prove
I'm
she
not
left?
following this.
Key.
She wasn't in there either. Morgan wasn't in there.
Yeah, I think it's the key, because the only
Yeah.
way in and out was with the key.
Yeah.
Take that! Miss Hart, do you remember this key?
Well, I've seen. Oh, hey, that's the channeling chamber key, right? Before the channeling started, Maya locked the door from the inside with that.
The defendant herself locked the door?
Yeah, that's why we all couldn't get the door open. That key is the only one of its kind, after all.
Oh, one of the kind, you say.
Ugh. Wait, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Yes. Looks like she's catching on.
I'm afraid to ask, but why is that key currently in your possession?
Huh? What do you mean?
If Maya Fey locked herself in, then the key should have been with her, which means it would be in custody.
Disagree.
However, she did not have the key at the time of her arrest.
Well, ain't that a bit? So how come you're holding it?
I got this as a present from a certain little girl.
Who's not a little girl right now?
Not a little girl right now. And that little girl was nowhere near the crime scene at the time. I'm confused by this
That's very
case.
suspicious. Where's the little girl?
That's preposterous.
This means that Maya Fey must have left the room. If she had not, then I would not be holding this key you see before you.
No!
I guess that makes sense. Well, why would she leave the room? I don't know.
Maybe she had to go to the bathroom.
Maybe she had to go to the bathroom.
Maybe she had to take a big dump.
It seems we have come to an impasse. This picture has clearly captured the face of the murderer. However, is this person the defendant or not?
And she's a
The
shapeshifter.
defense is
It's hard to say.
arguing that this person is not the defendant. Furthermore, as proof, this key has been submitted as evidence. You're not getting this back. Miss Von
This is
Karma.
like the most convoluted way we could have gone about this.
Really?
Yeah.
How can this be?
At this point in time, the verdict on the defendant's guilt is not possible.
My perfect case. How is there a flaw in my perfect case? Don't think you've won just yet, Mr. Wright. Mr. Phoenix Wright. I am a prodigy. I have never lost a case.
Your father's the same thing.
And I don't intend to lose here in this courtroom to a fool like you.
A foolishly fool.
Get ready.
A
Foolishly dream.
foolishly foolish
Foolish
fool.
dream.
I don't care what I have to do. I will get my I will get my guilty verdict.
That's enough. If you would like to continue, do so in the lobby.
Let's fight.
Take the fight outside,
We will
please.
reconvene tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Well, Phoenix can do it. He was in Marvel vs. Capcom.
He
knows.
was.
So
Yeah,
true.
you know, I've been training.
That is all. Court is adjourned.
Whew.
Wow! That was you, Pearly? You summoned my sis?
Yeah, I felt like I had no choice.
Great going, Pearly. I knew you were special. Hey,
They're
Nick,
like, yeah,
did you
this guy's
know?
an idiot.
Did I? Yeah. It's not like anyone else in there could have done that.
But nobody seemed to notice.
Nick, I know you're trying really hard and all, but I really don't remember ever leaving that room.
Don't say that out.
I don't think that a third person could have got into that room.
Yeah. I kind of bullshit my way through that. Well, at least we have until tomorrow to figure things out.
I feel like she was already in there.
Like, what
Yep.
happened in that room, for instance? We need to check that room out.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
counting
let-
on you because I don't
Let me
know.
look behind the
I
screen.
envy the two of you.
Oh, boy.
Oh, by the way, Nick, do you think you could take Pearly back home for me?
Sure.
Well,
I don't want
try.
her to
Go.
run home. All right, Pearls. You ready to go buy some tickets? You're gonna stick you on a train by yourself.
This is the train. Get off at the third
Yeah,
stop.
yeah,
Bye.
yeah. Poor thing. She's so sheltered. I'll show you how to buy a ticket.
Oh my god, please take her home, Phoenix. Do not just set
Drive
the
her
child
home.
on the-
I'm gonna put you on a bus.
Phoenix is
It'll be fun.
This is a boxcar, Pearly. You got to jump in.
What a
Let's
rough
go.
day in court.
She
It's called
walked
hitchhiking.
on there.
Whoa. Well, we got through it.
I know.
Sure did.
That was
I
We
very
will-
stumbled our way
convoluted.
to it.
I will say, when I first played this game, like maybe in like 2017 on my 3DS, this like first part of the court case is the worst, most convoluted part. I used a walkthrough because
It
it's
is.
just so confusing.
Absolute
I don't know how
nonsense,
you
yeah.
saw the bullet hole it was on the Game Boy originally, the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah,
How would you see
So-
that?
it's.
I mean, the other
it's-
picture doesn't even show it, so it's very,
Yeah.
very confusing what they want
It's
from
just
you.
really messy, confusing first part of this case. But I will say, and I won't spoil it, but like once I played through this case, I was like, oh shit! Like the ending is really satisfying. So yeah, even though it's dumb now, you gotta do an emotional investment with Phoenix Wright.
Yeah,
sometimes.
you do. I
It'll
mean,
get there.
it'll get there. We just trust that it'll
Yeah.
get there,
Yeah.
right? Well,
And
thanks
sometimes
for
it's
hanging out a
convoluted.
little overtime, you guys. I'm glad we got through it. It was definitely a little
No
bit rough,
worries.
but we did it. And also, thanks for all the support. Jankuro, thanks for the raid. Mandrakin, thanks for the gift subs. Michael Needs Sleep, thanks for the gift subs. You guys don't have to go so hard. They really believe in justice. I think that's what it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Mhm. And also for the resub, Mandrakin, as well. On top of that. And Appy for the bit. The German accent
The
objection
German
bit.
accent. There are no foolishly foolish
There's-
fools in the chat tonight. only
No.
winners.
No, not at all.
Everyone here is a pal.
Everyone is a
Yeah.
pal. Thank goodness. Thanks, you guys, for hanging out. And we'll be back with more Phoenix Wright next Tuesday night. Tomorrow I'm playing Morrowind. Getting pretty far into that game, actually, I think. So,
Morrowind?
Mm.
yeah, Morrowind.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrowind. And thank you so much for all those gift subs, you guys. You didn't have to do that. Thank you. I'm gonna raid Niall in the afternoon. Who's streaming at night for me? But I've never gotten to raid Niall in like a million years. I don't know what she's doing. I just see a cat asleep on her stream. That's all I see right now. I don't know what's else going on, but
That's already.
Ocean is very
cute.
cute. It's a very cute cat.
Niall in the night.
Yeah, so-
Niall's cat is adorable.
Niall's cat is really cute. So
Mhm.
come with us to see this adorable cat. Yeah. And we'll be back again with more Phoenix Wright and hopefully a really good investigation day
Yeah.
that will kill it in court on day 2. Right?
Solve the mystery.
Solve the mystery. So we shall say good night. How do you say it in German? Good night.
Good
night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thanks, friends.
Foolish
for be-
fools.
Foolish fools. All right.
Michael's giving us the real way to say it.
Is the real way to say it?
Abend. Yeah.
Guten
that
Abend.
right?
There you go.
No, we only
Oh.
do bad German. We
Oh,
don't do
it's
real
only
German.
bad German here.
I only did.
I
bad
took
German.
German Duolingo for like a couple of months.
I thought night was Nacht in German.
I
think
don't
it's a
know.
different. I
It's
think
like good
Abend is
evening?
evening probably.
I don't
Guten
know.
Eat.
Marco
Guten
would know.
Abend.
Marco's
What
been
is
taking
"Go to sleep"
Duolingo.
in German?
So true.
How do we say that in
I
German?
don't know. Well, we're gonna send the
So
raid.
long,
Goodbye.
farewell,
Good night.
auf
Auf
Wiedersehen.
Wiedersehen. Bye.